What if Fortnite Chapter 2 was remixed into a different version we've never seen before? Well, I actually have access to what that might look like using UEFN. So here I am on the Fortnite Chapter 2 map. Now, as you can tell, that this map has over 353,000 size memory, which is insane. Now, as you can tell too, is that there's tilted towers right here because obviously the person that is making this, which is GHS, I will have all their socials in the description, and also shout out to you for allowing me to make a video on this map. Now, as you can tell, that there isn't all of the POIs that we got back in Chapter 2, and the reason is because, well, in order for this person to publish the map, they have to change it up a bit because Fortnite does not allow exact recreations of chapters to be published in UEFN. So today we're going to be checking out the map with edits this time, because before I've played and while the game was started, but this time I'm actually going to have edits. So first, let's go over the POIs, and then we'll go and look at them over the map and stuff like that. Now, as you can tell, I am on 120 ping, and that is because the person that is the host of this lobby is on Europe servers. So you may see me like stutter every now and then, and that's just the ping, and also the map being over its usual limit. So we have Holly Hedges, Paradise Pier, Misty Meadows, Retail Row, Tilted Towers, Salty Splits, Pleasant Palace, Craggy Cove, Weeping Woods, Steamy Stacks, Slappy Swamp, Fuse Farm, and Dusty Docks. There's also Metals, and this is the loot pool. Now, when you're seeing this video, the map is already published, and I will have that code in the description and below in the comments, and I also may have it on the screen right now. So this is the loot pool, and this is the mythic goldfish. So this is the little spawn island that this person has created for the map, and let's go look at the map. So as you can tell when I fly up, this is the exact Chapter 2 map. It's just not the exact location. So it's actually pretty sick that I actually have edits this time, and because before I didn't. So as you can tell, first of all, is that instead of it being snowy, it's actually sandy, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool though, like I said probably in the previous videos, that people are starting to create their own remixes of previous chapters, and I think it's pretty cool that they're doing that. Look at this. So this is Tilted Towers. It looks like this is actually Tilted Towers, which I think is pretty sick. Yeah, it looks like this is exact Tilted Towers, and that is, I think that's like a building from Lazy Lake right there. But yeah, as you can tell on the map right there, it says Tilted Towers. So you're going to be able to land on Tilted Towers in the Chapter 2 map, which is pretty sick. And there obviously is some like exact Chapter 2 POIs, but the map isn't the same. So what is this POI? I think this is Frenzy Farm or something like that. I forgot the POIs that were from Chapter 2. But it looks like this POI is exact. And then we have the bridges right here. There's obviously going to be like little like things like this exactly from Chapter 2. And it looks like this map is remixed from Chapter 2 Season 1. And that is where the remixes come from. Now as you can tell, it looks like this map is a little small, but when you pull up the actual map, because I'm not really used to flying over the Chapter 2 map. So here is Steamy Stacks. There is no smoke going above it or anything like that. But look how sick this is. We have Steamy Stacks right here. I think there's like a couple of POIs that are on from the Chapter 2 Season 1. Like this POI I think is the same. We have Steamy Stacks. I think Risky Rose, yeah, Risky Reels is right here. And I'm not sure if this is the exact thing from Season 1. I'm not sure. It's been over like 5 years since we've all played Chapter 2. Then right here we have Salty Splits, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's like a little pretty cool remix that this person's got going on within these POIs. Then we have, I think this is Paradise Plaza or Piers or something like that. We have some POIs from Chapter 1 Season 5, which I think is pretty cool. I think everything looks so sick in this map. You even have like this water right here, and then we have the lighthouse. Look at this. This is, I think, the original lighthouse as well. And then I'm not sure what used to be up here. I actually kind of forgot. But it looks like this person decided to make their own little landmark. I'm not sure if they have the house. That was, yes, they do. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. They even have like little zones too, like over probably the landmarks and POIs to let you know like which POI or landmark you're entering, which I think is pretty sick. I actually used to like this place right here. I think right here used to be where the Predator spawned back in Chapter 2 Season 5, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, that's actually pretty cool. It's like a little simple POI that they made right here. And moving on to Pleasant Palace. I don't know. Okay, yeah, so Pleasant Palace is right here. We can see it on the top right. I think it's pretty cool. The only thing I'm not really a fan of is these roads right here. Maybe like change up the texture or the material. to make it a little bit better. We even have vending machines too, which I think is pretty sick. We even have these rivers right here, which I think is exact from Chapter 2 as well. The one thing I do want to check out is, yeah, it looks like they changed up a lot of the landmarks. Yeah, so this map will be published. That's why you're seeing this video on the day it launches, to give it a little bit of promo for its launch day, which I think is pretty sick. We even have Weeping Woods. I think this is what this is called. Let's see if we can. Yeah, so Weeping Woods. This is the exact POI from Chapter 2. As you can tell, yeah, I kind of remember this a little bit. I actually remember that little lake right here, which I think is pretty sick. So moving on, yeah, we even have Logjam too. It looks like they did include this. They didn't include the logs. Actually, just like landing at this place during Chapter 2. I think it was a pretty sick POI or landmark, whatever you want to call it. Look at this. This is Holly Hedges. And it's actually funny because I just made a video on Chapter 2 a couple of weeks ago, but now I have edits to it, and this is like a remix version of it, just like it was for the OG map from a couple of weeks ago. So moving on, we have Slappy Swamp. So instead of it being Slurp theme, it's actually Slap theme. So I'm assuming all the barrels, yeah, all the barrels are swapped with Slap, and like the logo too. That's actually pretty neat and pretty unique also. Instead of it saying Slurpee, you slap it on with Slap. It's actually pretty sick. Look at this. Wow, it's so sick though how it's been over a year. It's been about 14 months since UEFN has released, and I really didn't expect anyone to start making maps like this. I'm actually pretty glad that people have, because the remixes have been so unique lately. It's actually pretty wild. Here we go. We have this river right here with this custom waterfall. It looks like they couldn't get the river to go inside the lake to create a waterfall. I think I've had like issues with that while I was using UEFN. You even have like this kind of like a border thing surrounding the building, because I don't think it was ever like that, but it's still pretty sick. And I don't think that was even the building. Yeah, this is like a building from Chapter 1. So here is Misty Meadows, an original location from Chapter 2. And look at that transition right there. I'm not sure if they're like, if they added like their own little custom Chapter 2 like sky dome or anything like that, but it does look pretty sick, like excluding all like these zones and stuff. But I kind of wish that this person will start making remixes on other seasons from Chapter 2, because I think Chapter 2 was such an amazing chapter to kind of have like your own remixes of other seasons from season 7, 5, 4, and just almost every season in Chapter 2 was cool. Here, so we have Tilted Towers, which is a POI I looked over in the beginning of the video, but it's so sick to see how they actually included the season 1 version, like the Chapter 1 version of this Tilted Towers right here. It'd be pretty sick if they maybe did like a Chapter 3 or maybe even a Chapter 2 version of it, but it looks like they decided to keep the original Chapter 1 remix of Tilted Towers to go over Lazy Lake. That was pretty sick. So moving over here, we have Retail Row. Look at this. So it looks like this is the original Retail Row from Chapter 2 once again, and I've always loved this like type of Retail Row from Chapter 2. I thought it was always the best from the other chapters that we had Retail Row on. Here we go. We have this little small landmark. It looks like they actually changed the buildings of it once again. So like I said earlier, it looks like they really like changed the way this map looks, because there's a lot of stuff missing. And I think it's actually pretty sick though how a lot of stuff blends in very well, like all these landmarks right here. And I wonder what they called the landmarks also, because I know it's not going to be the original name. So here we go. We have Risky Rios, I think, which is the same also. That is pretty sick. It looks like they added a lot of more cars. I don't remember all these cars being here, but that was pretty sick. And it looks like we kind of went over every single POI that's in this map. Now, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and make sure to check out GHS socials in the description and on screen. And I'll see you in the next.